Hello and welcome back to another video of Formula 1 Challenge 1996. Today is race 4 of the season, the European Grand Prix, and it takes place in Germany on the Nürburgring. And last year we finished 16th. It's been a very poor race and a really hard one as well. I'm expecting pretty much the same, but hopefully with a better result. Not one of my favorite tracks. I don't really get the lines, brake distances and such things right on it. So yeah, we just hope to have an interesting race and a good one. And well, the main goal is just to finish the race in the best possible position. However, points are not expected this time. And for today's video, I brought in a few new things which you will see along the video. If you'd like me to keep them and add further like extra footage and there is a bit of a surprise at the end, just let me know and we'll keep doing that. If not, well, I can always take them out. However, without further ado, let's just head over to the qualifying session, do the hot lap and see where we end up on the grid. Let's go! So here we are starting our first hot lap. As I mentioned, not my sweet spot, this track, so not gonna be an amazing time, especially compared to the opponents like Williams, McLaren, well, I would say Ferrari, but actually currently we're beating them quite badly, so maybe we can beat them again, who knows. It would be nice though to beat at least one of the top teams. They're having a terrible season anyways. Schumacher has 0 points so far, so yeah, it will need some time to build up that team until Ferrari becomes competitive again, because currently they are not even as competitive as us. So far, after 3 races, we managed to finish on the podium on all of them. So we have a second place in Brazil, a 3rd place in Australia, and a win in Argentina, which is great, and it puts us in a great position in the title championship, the drivers' championship, sorry. And we're actually doing pretty well in the Constructors' Championship too. And after a bit of a settings change, I tried to do another lap, because 1:24 is definitely not a good lap, especially compared to, like, just look at what Villeneuve has been doing. So we're not very competitive at this point, so hopefully the change of settings helps us a bit more.
You're down at the first sector.
And in the first sector we're actually faster than before. However, that is not even near enough to compete with Villeneuve's time, who is, by the way, having an amazing season so far. He's doing really well, while his teammate Hill has a pretty unlucky season, some DNFs, and apart from that, he's been on the podium with his teammate once. So, which means currently we're ahead of Damon Hill in the championship, right behind Villeneuve, who is currently leading. And a bit of a mistake here, and a bit of a carnage up ahead. Just look at this, one of the Minardis in the middle of the track. And it's 1:23. Let's see where we ended up on the grid. So obviously Villeneuve starting from pole position, another great qualifying from him, followed by Hill. Berger with the Benetton on P3. Schumacher again did a good qualifying session starting from P4. Häkkinen on P5. That's a good result from him as well. Barrichello in the Jordan from P6. Coulthard on P7. Irvine on P8. Looks like the Ferrari started to work. Alesi on P9, a bit farther off of his teammate. Brundle, our BFF from last season, on P10. Frentzen on P11. Salo on P12. That's pretty good from the Tyrrell. Our teammate Panis starting from P13. Not what we're used to from him. Verstappen P14. Herbert on P15. Rosset on P16. Followed by Fisichella in the Minardi on P17. Katayama on P18 in the other Tyrrell, again quite far off of his teammate. And here we are on P19. Absolutely poor qualifying. Lamy on P20. Badoer and Montermini on P21 and 22, closing the grid with the Fortis. So yeah, by the looks of it, we're going to be racing with Minardis and Fortis. And let's have a look at the start here. This is one of the new things I brought in, just so you can see the massive crash that already started. And it continues. Just look at this, they just keep bumping into each other. So a lot of cars were out of the race right from the start. It's a massive accident. So let's see it from Coulthard's point of view. So the lights went out. Coulthard overtakes the Jordan and hits, I think it was Irvine. No, it was Schumacher. He hits Schumacher in the back. And yeah, then all the pieces flying. And let's see it from our perspective. So we started from P19. Lights went out. And the carnage has already begun. It was actually the front wing of Panis flying across the track. And we actually used it quite well, managed to avoid most of the carnage. And ended up on P5 right after the start. So now we're off to chase down Häkkinen, who is pretty quick, however is stuck behind one of the Benettons, probably behind Berger. It's definitely Berger. And there is Barrichello behind us. Less than a second actually. So it seems like it's gonna be an interesting fight for the points, for the last couple of points, sorry. And maybe we can involve Häkkinen as well. We're currently still within a second to him. He's able to pull away here on the faster part of the track. Up the corner a little bit and go towards the last one. We left some space for Barrichello after we went wide, but he didn't use it, so after the first lap we were on P5 all the way until the end of P8, where we came out for the first pit stop. So the plan was a two-stop strategy. However, there's been a bit of miscalculation with the fuel, so it's a lot earlier pit stop than I was hoping to do it. And let's see where we can come back to after the pit stop. So yeah, after this point the race pretty much changed into a three-stop strategy because the two was not sustainable without a lot of fuel management, and that was just no option with the performance I'm capable of on this track. So we're back to P9, quite far behind Irvine, and here you can see Villeneuve was in the lead and Hill just goes past, makes the overtake and takes over the lead. And just a little bit later we see Häkkinen as he is chasing Berger and doesn't go for the move here. That would have been quite risky. And he just smashes into Berger from behind as he's trying to come out to the pit stop. I'm really not sure what to make of this one. So let's just have a look at it from this angle. He just smashes him from behind. I'm not sure whose fault this is actually. Maybe I would say Berger's. And on lap 11 we actually spin out and take the front wing of Ricardo Rosset. Thankfully the car doesn't seem to have any damage, which is good. And by lap 19 we actually caught up with Irvine, who was 17 seconds ahead when we came back from the pit stops. So my wish came true and we can actually fight the Ferrari, even though for not the points, but it's still good. As you can see, we just sweep past him. He's trying to put up a fight, but it's not enough. Something's not right with that Ferrari. It's just so horribly slow. And at the end of the same lap we come out for our second pit stop. Currently we're on P8. Irvine will just walk past, and probably Herbert as well. I'm starting to wonder what the pit guys are doing. It's so horribly slow pit stops. 13 seconds. Oh my god. So we're back to P10. We didn't lose a lot with that pit stop. Right behind Ricardo Rosset, and it's Panis, our teammate, behind us. And it was basically just chasing Rosset and losing a position to Herbert after a spin. Yes, we had another spin. And at the end of lap 24 we're going to come out for another pit stop. This was more a safety pit stop to make sure that we have enough fuel, and I wanted to do it slightly earlier because I was hoping that in a few laps the others will start to come out as well. Go a bit wide again. So I was hoping that the others will come out as well in the next 2, 3, 4 laps or so I can take back some positions. Well, I don't really mind losing one to my teammate. And here we go.
Herbert
is running eight, less than 3 seconds ahead.
There's Rosset in the pits in front of us. So currently we're on P11 behind Rosset and in front of Fisichella by quite a large margin. And on lap 32 you can see that Panis caught up with us, and in the meantime Hill casually wins the race and we collide with Panis. He spins out, doesn't lose the position though, and the suspension is broken. The car is pulling to the right. As you can see, we didn't get away without damage from this one. Too bad that it comes from our own teammate. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Probably as I tried to keep the car on the line, he just hit his front wing, or he went a bit wide when he was already on the inside. So we finished 10th, and Hill wins the race, Häkkinen on P2, and Villeneuve on the 3rd place completes the podium. That's actually a great result from McLaren. I think it's their first podium in this season.
Fourth position.
And here you can see the
Mika
winner.
Salo.
Has finished fifth.
It looks like his streak of bad luck is over. He won the race with great driving, nice overtake on Villeneuve, and he just kept it after that. So Hill, Häkkinen, Villeneuve, Barrichello, Salo, Verstappen and Irvine are in the points. Not a good weekend for us, P10 and P11, but at least both of us managed to finish the race, which is good. Verstappen did great in the Aeros. Definitely an unexpected result, as the car is not really in that position, but he did well. That's all about it. Even Fisichella did quite well, finishing on P12 with a Minardi. Well, okay, pretty much everyone else was out of the race, but still, he finished the race with a Minardi. So, yeah, GG's to him as well. So let's just go and head over to the standings, see how we did. Well, not much of a change for us, so this is mostly for Hill and Häkkinen, and of course Villeneuve, who got a slightly bigger margin to us, and Hill, who finally caught up with the points. And for McLaren, it's gonna be very good for the Constructors' Championship as well. So yeah, I just stop talking and just scroll down on the list and go over to the standings. So here we are. Villeneuve is leading by 10 points, and on P2 it's ourselves and Damon Hill with 20 points, followed by Häkkinen with 13 points and Coulthard with 8. So McLaren is definitely doing well. And on the Constructors' Championship, McLaren is already 1 single point ahead. Williams is miles ahead, and Benetton is quite down the pack. And this is the other new thing. The press section just created this newspaper. Well, as you can see, I spent a lot of time giving it a name. It's called The Newspaper, and it's just a summary of what happened in the race. There might be other things in there along the season, drivers' comments and stuff like that. But for now, this is all. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you at the next race in Imola. Goodbye.